perhaps I should be getting to the matter at hand, shouldn't I, gentlemen?
What's this scored up to?
Let us get into the details. The fanfiction in question tonight, by Present Perfect, is called Discord's Deli of Chaos.
This sounds dark by just hearing the title.
Yeah.
The synopsis, or mini synopsis we have here, Applejack introduces Twilight to her new favorite eatery, but everything's kind of weird. Why is Ed Draconicus behind the counter so familiar? Why are the bees so tasty? Is there something fetid in Equestria? Only Carl Lestia can say for sure.
Who?
Carl Lestia.
Carl Estia?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force Carl.
Are we crossing this over with freaking Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
No, it's not a crossover fic, although that would probably be one of the best things ever since I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Never watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but I've only seen bits of it. But not much.
Oh well, sometimes I get. Hopefully the crossovers do work well. Although I am considering tossing Zhang Yao Long here and or Sakuya from Toho's embodiment of Scarlet Devil into a crossover with the
I did see that abridged Toho video you made. The only reason I know of too is, well, because of some past experiences that I'd rather not get into, but interesting video nonetheless.
I try to make it funny. I was bored anyway.
Anyways, this story, as it says here, 4th place finalist in the October 2012 write-off Deal with the Devil.
Deal with the Devil?
That's what the contest was called. Yeah. Oh, right, I should probably link the fanfiction in the chat. There you go. Oh.
Here we are.
Oh, hang on, that link is... There, fix the link, there you go. And I'll also post it in the live stream chat so you all can follow along. I still can't believe I keep forgetting that I'm a moderator on this stream.
It's been ages, so we're all a little rusty.
Right, I'm going to have to do all the voices again. Well, thankfully I can do a good Discord, so that's covered, but yeah. Alright. What?
3,991 words. Let's see what happens.
Yes! Let us dive in! This
is...
What?
Hold on. Where do I go to the direct fanfic, because I haven't done fanfiction before?
You just click on the chapter name. It's the only sole chapter.
It's underneath the picture.
Okay, I see it.
Let's dive in. This is Discord's Deli of Chaos by Present Perfect. I'm telling you, Twi, place might look a little shabby on the outside, but I'll be a frog's mama if the food just ain't the best I ever had. Huh?
Applejack. All seriously, some of these writers, they need to work on Applejack's mannerisms.
Yeah, she's country, but not that country.
You can be able to understand the metaphors.
Well, Twilight let the comment hang in the air. She stared up at the edifice. Sandwiched between a stately brick law office and an equally august bookstore, the restaurant's garish pink and fluorescent green aluminum siding definitely stood out. Not to mention the numerous mobiles and model airplanes hanging from the eaves, most of which were moving despite the lack of wind. The dilapidated barbershop pole repainted to show a different clown face on every revolution, and the neon sign with the dis and chord syllables that flashed intermittently. As Applejack opened the door, Twilight had to admit it was certainly a memorable place. Well, given Discord, that's probably given. The door opening was accompanied by a soft ding, then the sounds of a marching band and 5 or 6 extremely loud air horns that sent Twilight's heart racing. Well, it wouldn't be a Discord bar without having ear rape or anything. What, did he take advice from Fluttershout?
I don't know.
You would think. The cafe's inside was far more subdued than the facade, with warm wood paneling, a chessboard tile floor, and lofty balustrades on the staircases. I do hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I don't know about those, so...
Yeah. Though it didn't take Twilight long to realize that the numerous windows had no analogues on the outside, not to mention there was no actual second story. In fact, the interior appeared to be larger than the exterior. Again, it's Discord, so that should be given.
Yep.
Welcome to Discord's Deli of Chaos, said a quiet voice on their right. Twilight turned to see a large counter and deli case, stocked with all sorts of meats, cheeses, breads, fireworks, riding implements, and condiments, behind which stood a meek yellow Draconicus.
Meek yellow Draconicus?
Excuse me?
Meek yellow? What the hell does that even mean?
Well, that's what Discord really is.
Wait, how did you pronounce it? I said Draconicus.
I don't know either, but that sounds pretty right.
I don't even know how you pronounce it, but yeah, what Gonzo said.
A meek yellow Draconicus. So what, a Discord turned Fluttershy into a Draconicus as well? That is interesting.
Ugh.
I actually find that image very... Oh god! Images in my head.
Yeah. Oh, at least this is better than the other fanfiction I had where she turns into a dragon. Spoilers, I just said that.
Well, that's actually what was one of the rumored episodes where Fluttershy will become a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But we never got that.
Anyways.
We turned her into a bat!
She smiled shyly at them from behind pink mane and bowed. May I take your order? Something about the Draconicus seemed familiar, and Twilight hung back, trying to study both the cashier and the menu while Applejack stepped forward. Oh, what is she in her? I'll have a hot pastrami and bees on rye, extra bees and a lamp oil milkshake, huh?
Extra bees and lamp oil milkshake?
Not the bees!
Not the bees! Oh, they're in my eye!
Nice!
Shut up, Nick Cage.
Like that much because, well, I have a bit of a cough, but go on.
Yeah. The Draconicus leaned over, grasping a small microphone growing from a tall ficus in the corner. When she'd spoken into it, her voice was simultaneously muffled and amplified across the front of the deli. Number 15, honeyed up. As Applejack pulled out her bit pouch, the girl seemed to do a double take. Oh, I almost forgot. We're having a special deal today with lunches. If you buy a half sandwich and any cup of soup, you get the drink free, milkshakes included. Ooh, I gotta get me some of that.
Huh.
Well,
I like milkshakes, so.
Well, by golly, that don't sound like a bargain. Applejack grinned and deposited her bits on the counter while the order was amended. Make it a half combo, please. A gruff voice came from the kitchen, behind double doors that swung to and fro, guided by the restless motions of what seemed to be two live monkeys embedded in place of door handles. Again, Discord, let's not question it.
Right about now.
Why don't you make up your mind? I'm sorry! Draconicus squeaked, hands flying up to cover her face. Something in Twilight's mind clicked. Fluttershy? Oh, now she realizes it.
Yep.
Now we do too.
Now, if only I am Shadow was here.
Yeah, let's not get into it.
What, there were a bunch of other chaotic moments from that?
Let's not get into it. I'd rather not be reminded of her Fluttershy. We'd all be dead.
I never heard it, so...
I'm right now afraid of dying, so I'd rather live, thank you.
Yes. Despite the serpentine... What sort of noise was that?
Hang on. I'm getting annoyed by this one piece of plastic covering the damn tray of my dinner. There we go. Continue.
Well, despite the serpentine body and mismatched horns, wings, and limbs, this was indeed Fluttershy. Applejack blinked, doing her own double take, and guffawed. Well, I'll be. Fluttershy, I didn't even recognize you. How long you been working here? Not long, Fluttershy played with a long curl of her mane. I only work here part-time on the weekend. Twilight stepped forward, one eyebrow lifted. And the million-dollar question? I hate to ask the obvious, but why are you a Draconicus?
Survey says...
Do you like it? It's just a uniform. I mean, it's actually a full-body transformation, but it wears off after my shift is over. She held up her eagle claw. It's nice having fingers for a while, though. Well, who are you, Lyra?
Lyra would kill to work in that.
Hands! Hands! Seriously, I can't resist doing that every time I hear her name.
She means no.
Twilight returned the smile. Why the big secret? You could have said something when we came in. Oh, well, I was afraid you wouldn't want to talk to me if I didn't look like myself, and I was trying to be professional, and... From the kitchen came the sound of a flock of geese and a toilet flushing. A large Draconicus head stretched forth on an elongated neck, pushing the doors open and disturbing the monkeys who screeched in annoyance. Oh dear, I think we know where this is going.
Yep.
I don't pay you to gab with the customers. Take their orders and then take their money. Is that really so much to ask? He flashed him a quick smile, and it's so hard to find good help these days. Then his head snapped back into the kitchen with a resounding gong. Yes, sir! Fluttershy's face was bright red as she fumbled with Applejack's bits, trying to avoid the cash register's hungry mouth and tongue while depositing them in the till. Eesh.
Not
So I
even
guess
the register wants to. Not even the register wants to be normal.
Well, it's Discord, so once again.
Don't question it.
Well, they don't wanna.
I'm sorry, sir. Right away, sir. Having gotten the coins properly stashed, she gave Applejack a small plastic guinea pig inscribed with the number of her order. Excuse me, did I read that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Small plastic guinea pig, okay. Then set the milkshake machine to mixing. He turned back to Twilight with an apologetic smile. That's the other reason I didn't say anything. Mr. Discord is very, uptight, stern. Speeds of sweat formed on Fluttershy's face. Have you decided on what you'd like yet?
All right.
This already sounds weird just by hearing it.
Twilight had sort of forgotten about the menu and turned back to it. I don't know. I mean, a lot of this sounds so strange. Is this stuff even edible? Sure it is, Applejack said from her table. I mean, it feels kind of weird, and some of it moves around and sings a little, but it all squishes together eventually, and it tastes great, honest.
Applejack, you're eating bees. It's going to hurt.
Yes, I should...
How can you not eat bees without getting hurt?
Dude, I couldn't even open a gate without being stung by one at very intensive strength. I mean, my hand's swollen for a week.
I never gotten stung by a bee, and I never want to.
Same here. I'm deathly afraid of those little fuckers.
Same here, especially wasps. Those are more aggressive than bees.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. Twilight cast a dubious glance back up at the menu, reading off choices. Jet fuel cola, turkey with training wheels, macaroni and coral? Most of these just don't sound appetizing. In her position, I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah, who would want to even drink jet fuel? Die from that.
Don't light a match near your bum.
Fluttershy began looking frantically back and forth. At what, Twilight couldn't tell. Maybe if you're not convinced, you should ask one of our satisfied customers. Putting on an overly wide grin, Fluttershy motioned into the dining area. It was at this point that Twilight realized Rarity had been there the whole time.
Really?
Rarity eating at Discord's eatery. Okay.
This is even weirder than Fluttershy being a Draconicus.
Yeah. The other unicorn held up both hooves. I absolutely adore those stained glass fries, Twilight, she declared, grinning through a mouthful of cracked teeth and bleeding gums. Ah!
Ugh! Oh, God!
Jesus.
How can you do that without... She's not even showing pain!
Sheesh.
What the shit?
Great. Now that Oculus trailer is popping into my head. By the way, somebody should merge that trailer with the Oculus Rift.
Bad touch! Bad touch! Stranger danger!
What the hell, Oculus? What do you mean, Gonzo?
There's a scary movie called Oculus. It's going to be airing soon. One of the trailers had the image of a girl who grabbed an apple, but for some odd reason, supernatural forces swapped it with a light bulb.
Oh.
And she found out after she heard a crunch.
Ugh. Oh, let's continue on and see what happens. She suffered a moment of existential crisis brought on by the self-defeating fruitlessness of her situation, after which she loosed a sob of despair and ate until she was pretty again. That statement should speak for itself.
I have no idea what that meant.
Neither did I.
Fluttershy began to sweat again as Twilight turned back to her. Or, if you don't want anything too heavy, we do offer a wonderful chef's salad with assorted nuts and bolts and fetid cheese. Cheese is off today, came the voice from the kitchen. Oh, Fluttershy looked down at her constantly wringing hands. Well, it's just fetid then, but it's my favorite. I really recommend it, Twilight.
Ugh.
Well, Twilight hummed, looking back at the menu, trying to take in all the various ridiculous offerings at once, and finding herself quickly overwhelmed.
What's next?
I don't know. I don't know how you people expect to stay in business! Cried a sharp voice at the back of the eatery. Twilight and Fluttershy turned its of all ponies, Pinkie Pie, standing on the tabletop holding a large submarine sandwich and looking extremely cross.
When she said, I don't know how people stay in business, that's my thoughts exactly.
Gonzo, what was that?
Son of I was hoping to avoid that.
Come on, we couldn't have a Discord fiction without Pinkie Pie.
Well, true, yeah.
Are all of my friends going to show up here today? Twilight wondered aloud. Pinkie hopped off the table, waving the sandwich, which leaked sauce, vegetables, and other toppings all over the floor and stalked towards the counter. I ordered my indie race car club with extra balloons! Does 2 balloons sound like extra to you? To illustrate her point, Pinkie lifted the top piece of bread, releasing a pair of orange balloons. They floated up to the ceiling, where 5 small goblins emerged from holes and began to squabble over them. After an upside-down fistfight featuring some seriously questionable tactics, one balloon popped and the other was dragged off by the victor. His comrades limped back to their holes, holding their various bruised body parts and groaning in high-pitched voices the whole way.
Ew.
Yes, that happened.
I think Twilight's having a feverish dream now.
Fluttershy crouched behind the counter, her mismatched horns and worried eyes the only things visible above it. I'm sorry. Pinkie? Twilight stepped between them as Pinkie continued to wave her sandwich at a distressingly condiment-flinging speed. You do realize this is Fluttershy you're talking to, right? Yelling at her isn't going to accomplish anything. Oh! Fluttershy, is that you? I had no idea. I mean, I kind of thought that you looked like you, but I figured if it really was you, that you wouldn't want me to talk to you because you don't look like you.
Shut up!
And also that you were trying to maintain a professional demeanor because your boss doesn't like you talking to customers too much. But that doesn't fix this sandwich. I demand satisfaction.
And I demand you shut the hell up, Pinkie.
Well, never mind. I'll just wait for the next time a moment like that calls.
The monkeys cried out in sharp anger as the doors swung open. The portly and be-aproned figure of Discord emerged, bearing a tray of food. Order up! Number 9! Number 9! Applejack held up her guinea pig. I'm out of town, too! I'm starving! Discord put on a patently false smile as he placed the tray in front of Applejack. Everything look all right? Sure does! Thank you kindly! Wiping his hands on his apron, Discord turned, frowning, to view the scene in front of the counter. Now, what's this I hear about some pony demanding satisfaction? I do! Pinkie hopped up and shoved the sandwich in his face. Does this look like it has extra balloons to you?
That's why I said it, Pinkie.
Clever. You want balloons, is that it? He stabbed his fingers and Pinkie's body began to expand. Oh, going down that route, are you? I know several fetishists who would totally jack off of that.
Exactly.
Whee! She cried, lifting off the ground. Her body grew and grew until, after a few moments, it exploded with a muted bang. The room was showered in pink droplets, which formed into tiny Pinkie Pies as they hit the ground.
What?
Mini pies.
Oh, crap.
The little ponies began zooming around the floor, scrambling over chair legs and dust balls while babbling in unintelligibly squeaky voices. As they collided with one another, they lost cohesion, forming first a large puddle and then a ball of something rubbery and pink. When the last itty-bitty Pinkie had leapt with a gleeful squeal onto the top of the pile, it finally resolved itself into the form of the regular-sized Pinkie Pie, who blinked her eyes and gasped. And that's not even her final form!
That's almost like taking a bunch of double cherries and then mini mushrooms combined. I think if you're a Mario fan, I think you all know that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was amazing! Do it again! Do it again! Extras cost extra, Discord snorted before stomping behind the counter. And as for you, Missy, he said, pointing an accusing finger at Fluttershy, a series of increasingly smaller fingers pointing out at the tip. Oof.
Fingerception right there.
Boom.
Damn it.
You had better learn some customer service skills so that we don't have to have little scenes like that in the future. Yes, sir, Fluttershy squeaked, nearly inaudible. Discord beamed softly at the room, actual beams of sunlight striking the walls and leaving scorch marks that filled over with different colors of plaid wallpaper. Sorry about the commotion, folks. Enjoy your meals! Twilight could not get her head to stop rattling. Fluttershy sniffed, then took a deep breath and stood back up. So Twilight, I don't mean to be pushy, but have you made a decision yet? Twilight squinted at the menu. What's a hot monologue? It's like a hot chocolate. It's nice. It can be kind of loud. Well,
more Fluttershy inspiration.
Mm-hmm. You would
probably because of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm suddenly not feeling very hungry, but I'll try one of those. She lifted 3 bits out of her saddlebag and put them on the counter. Fluttershy smiled, finally relaxing. All right, I'll mix it up and have it out in a jiffy. Things seemed to get back into a sense of, if not normalcy, then at least calmness. A toy train emerged from one of the holes in the wall and made laps about the room despite the lack of tracks, puffing clouds of fish, which the ceiling goblins attempted to grab with little success. How's your sandwich? Twilight asked as she joined Applejack at the table. Oh boy. Oh, she actually ate it.
Oh my god.
I hope she enjoys not being able to speak for a month.
Applejack looked up. Her eyes were full of tears and her mouth was swollen with bee stings. It's so good! She smiled.
Bad touch! Bad touch! Stranger danger!
Bad touch! Bad touch! Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Here you are, Twilight, Fluttershy said softly, handing her a tall, steaming mug of dark liquid. Thanks, Fluttershy! Twilight instinctively blew on the surface of the mug. Her head that close to it, she noticed that it was in fact bubbling slightly. She took a sip, finding it sweet and smooth, the taste somewhere between hot chocolate and coffee with lots of cream. That was when it started talking.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Let's call the hot monologue. Its voice was pinched and nasal, and the syllables seemed to correspond to the popping of the bubbles, making its speech clipped. One of the course of equestrian events, it becomes necessary for one pony to dissolve 3 capsules in water and then call me in the morning edition. Today we're talking to a bright new apple with starlight. Starbright, first star on the right. Woo!
Sounds like something the Fact Corps would say.
Sounds like one of those early morning talk shows.
Twilight smacked her lips and smiled. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's pretty tasty. I think I may, in fact, be warming up to this restaurant. And really, what around here actually makes sense in the first place? Didn't I tell you, Twi? Applejack said, pleased. Twilight leaned back in her chair, enjoying her monologue. Applejack sipped her soup. Fluttershy cleaned the counter, and the deli quieted down. But as is so often the case when a scene grows quiet for a few moments, the stillness was abruptly shattered by a Pegasus mare in a black and purple full bodysuit, complete with cape and large fedora. Hello, Mare Duel. I thought you were gone after the event of the mysterious Mare Duel.
I think Rainbow Dash
Probably.
just took up. I think Rainbow Dash just stole the costume so she can have more of the spotlight.
Stop right there, evildoers! Mare Duel is here to put an end to your nefarious deeds! I don't know. I don't know. Did Mare Duel even have a voice? Because I kind of forgot from that episode.
I don't think
No,
Mare
it's
Duel
not spoken because it was basically all the remaining 5.
The other main 6 in the same suit, yeah.
Well,
From behind
except
the
for
counter,
Dash.
From behind the counter, somewhere closer to the ground than the register, Fluttershy squeaked, "Welcome to the Discord, Deli Chaos Meeting order, please." There won't be any more ordering going on in this deli once I'm through with it, Mare Duel declared, thrusting her chest out. A thought occurred to Twilight, and she nearly spat out her monologue. Mare Duel's secret identities were accounted for by the 5 ponies curling the deli. That could only mean... Rainbow Dash, where'd you find that costume? Gonzo called it.
I did.
Oh, hey, Twilight, Mare Duel said cheerfully, turning towards her. Fluttershy wasn't using it, so I thought I'd try. Fear not, citizen. Mare Duel is here to protect you. Twilight stopped her face with a hoof and groaned.
Right along with you, Twi.
For some reason, that kind of reminds me of Fenton from DuckTales.
Yeah, I'm coming, said a grouchy voice behind Dash Duel. Excuse me. All your horses, where's the fire? The door swung open as a large, rough figure in a starched white shirt entered. She sported a 5 o'clock shadow, dirty fingernails, and numerous stains of dubious composition and even more dubious location on an otherwise neatly pressed shirt, which strained against the girth of her waistline. Her teeth were yellow and her breath smelled of cigarettes and coffee. On her head was a dull, tarnished crown, from behind it a long, 4-colored mane in some unseen breeze. In grubby, hairy, calloused hands she clutched a clipboard and pen. Twilight perked up, recognizing her friend and mentor. Pretty Celestia!
That didn't sound much like her.
Exactly. Oh my
I guess
God.
that's the Princess Carlestia.
Yes.
I can
Well,
already
that must
assume
be
that.
it.
All right. I hope I can do a good Carl from ATHF. Let's see. Oh, hey, Twilight. And just what in the name of tap dancing new potatoes is going on in here? A bright flash, a puff of smoke, and a loud quack later, and Discord stood in the center of the deli, glowering at the door. Health inspection, Celestia grumbled, picking at her teeth with a pendant cap. Rainbow Dash lifted her head up high, smile evident even though the cloth of her mask, and stood aside, letting Celestia through to do her work. Health inspection? Discord's face darkened. I run a clean shop here. This is the 3rd health inspection in the last month. I'm being harassed and discriminated against, and I demand recompense. I demand recompense. Celestia snorted and glanced nonchalantly at her clipboard. Got a report of rat pieces in the waffle batter. Discord rolled his eyes. There are supposed to be rat pieces in the waffle batter. That's how you make rat waffles.
Ew.
Ugh.
Would you like some Ebola with that?
And I thought blue waffles were already disgusting.
You're gonna have to see a food vendor's license and a tour of the food preparation facility, sir. Celestia's voice never wavered or showed any emotion behind dull boredom. That's Carl for you.
Yep.
What, you friggin' nuts?
Let's go.
Twilight got up and moved over beside Rainbow Dewell, hissing into her ear. Dash, what in the world are you doing? There's nothing wrong with this place. I don't like it, Twilight, Rainbow hissed back. The food here isn't right. Everything's disgusting or painful or moving. I got bug bits in my teeth the last time I ate here, and I've been doing everything I can to shut him down ever since. Last time he got a restraining order against me, so I had to come back in disguise.
That explains everything.
Huh.
Twilight cast a glance past Discord and Celestia, who were arguing with one another while their impressive guts pressed up against one another belligerently. Discord was slightly larger. Fluttershy was fidgeting at the counter trying to blend into the surroundings, or at least squeeze herself into the corner as best she could. Twilight frowned and trotted over to the counter. Fluttershy, are you alright? Fluttershy turned eyes rimmed with tears towards Twilight. I think so. Except Mr. Discord gets extremely upset over inspections. He's likely to... Hey, Fluttershy! Their heads snapped up at Discord's insistent command. Will you get over here and give me a can convincing Little Miss Inspector here why this deal is as rotten as last week's fetid? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how much help I can... Look, buddy, it's nothing personal. I'm just trying to do my job here. Fluttershy, your name is going to be fired, Shy, if you don't get over here and help me. If you don't let me view your premises, sir, the situation escalates. We'll have to get a court order and the police involved. Fluttershy, I swear to sweet anchovy cakes, you are the most useless pony I have ever... That's enough! Ugh.
What happened?
The outburst got everyone's attention, including Fluttershy, who had scared herself by making it. Whoa.
She screamed it? Wow.
Yes. With all eyes on her, she had no choice but to pony up, or at least Draconicus up, and face the music. She put on her best calm expression and turned to Celestia. Miss Inspector, honestly, there's nothing wrong with the food here. It's strange, yes, but it's in no way unhealthy. Rarity sobbed, I just adore the stained glass fries!
Stained glass fries?
Yes, didn't we not already mention that?
Oh, sorry, I probably didn't catch that part, but that just sounds even more painful.
It
Yeah.
does.
Eating stained glass.
It's true, Twilight said, stepping forward. I mean, everything here is odd, yes, but it tastes good and the effects are just cosmetic. They wear off after you're done eating. I never thought I'd be defending a weird place like this, but it's true. If you dig a little, in fact, you may find out that the reasons for your coming here were not exactly genuine. Hey, that's a lie! Rainbow Dash shouted. Wait a second. I know that voice. A snap of his fingers and the fedora turned into bread pudding, revealing rainbow mane. You! He pushed the fur up his arms and began stalking toward Rainbow Dash. You little runt! I'll hit you with more than a restraining order this time. I have half a mind to turn you into a flock of seagulls. Fluttershy zipped out from behind the counter and pushed through Eagle Claw towards Discord's chest. And that's just about enough of you, mister! She glared at him. It was enough to actually get him to stop moving. Your food may not be rotten, but you sure are! I'm tired of taking your constant abuse for minimum wage. I quit!
Ooh.
Shit!
Discord's jaw dropped and a small herd of flying reindeer emerged from it. What? You can have this job, Fluttershy cried and snapped her fingers. In an instant, she was back to her normal pony self and Rainbow Dash's costume had mysteriously vanished. Come on, Rainbow Dash, we're going home, she said, grabbing the other Pegasus's tail in her mouth. Rainbow said nothing, allowing her friend to help drag her out the door looking rather stunned. Shouted Discord. As he struggled to remove the Mayor Duel costume, which had been wrapped around his head, he crashed into various decorations, upsetting potted houses and a stack of linoleum pretzels before landing in a heap behind the counter. Excuse me, linoleum pretzels?
What is linoleum anyway?
Building material, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my god.
I think there is kind of floor, like hard, like a tile floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come on, Princess, Twilight said calmly. I don't think your services are needed here anymore. Yeah, whatever. Celestia followed Twilight out the door, and Applejack and Pinkie Pie joined them. Discord was finally able to get the offending clingy cloth off his face by turning it into a powdered sugar. He sneezed white powder everywhere, looking out from behind the counter at his empty delicatessen. Well, he said to himself, it looks like she wasn't so useless after all. I gotta admit, the kid's got spunk. He laughed, hefted himself to his feet, and re-entered the kitchen, ignoring the shrieks of the monkeys. Rarity, her head on the table, pounded the hoof on it, wept, "Why are they so good?" And that's it. The end.
Wow.
That was weirder than I thought.
Yes, it was. Wasn't it, though?
Yeah.
Nice little fanfiction, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was
It's pretty
untimely
decent for my
crazy.
opinion.
That was shorter than I thought, though.
Yeah. I was expecting like longer than.
I could play games for a bit. Or
Well, I do have another one, but then again, it's a medium length, so I don't think we'll be able to get through that.
I could just
Yeah.
probably play games for the rest of the time until I feel like I'd done enough.
Well, yeah, why don't you keep going the donation drive going, huh?
Yeah, we'll try to. I don't know. No, my luck, the people will start leaving once I start playing Postal 2. I just reached Apocalypse Weekend and I just started Sunday.
Yeesh. I still want to play Postal 2, but I don't know where the hell I can get it.
Steam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can buy the whole thing on Steam. I mean, because the complete one, Postal 2, the standard issue, and Postal 2 with the whole Apocalypse Weekend expansion pack, and it even has that multiplayer function, the
really?
share the pain thing.
Go figure on that. Well, this short stream, for my end at least, but it's still made for a good read.
Yep.
And I suppose I should shove off for now. Hopefully next time I'll have I Am Shadow or Alex in tow.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, in case you could join us. So,
Yeah.
with that, I bid you all adieu.
All right. Good night.
See ya.
See ya.
Mhm.